decides to hit me thigh or body and I'm too late, I do nothing correctly. The wrong way to take it is to go, you see it coming and you do this. Worst case scenario, if he's going to hit me exactly where he wanted to hit me, and the only time I really hit, at least I absorb. The force that comes in, I don't run away from it, because that's where I'm going to get killed. But if I'm super late, at least I squat. If I'm a little faster, a tenth of a second faster, then instead of responding with the body, I respond with the shields. The problem is, a lot of people block, and they have, three-dimensional motion, beautiful, kick lightly, and they do the black belt cover, photo. This is all perfect motion. If he kicks just a little harder though, look, because I'm stopping, the power he gives me, where does it go? Right into where he hits. So if I have that reflex of, checking here, or, however you have, whatever your check is, I should transmute it. Remember, I don't move exactly equal to what he pushes. I keep moving after the push. So if he kicks me, I don't want to go and freeze. I should be able to, from any frame, absorb by sending the force either inward, right? If I do that a bit sooner, it sucks for him. I can send it downward. If I do that a bit outward, see what happens there? I just made a hole like this. I can be very afraid I have a broken rib, so I can work with my knee. If I take his power upward, his support leg comes out. So I just see how I can move, even here. If I keep my elbow out, tricep tendon, elbow flexes, I chip my joint. If I keep it inside my noggin, does it make sense? I'm sending it somewhere. Just a little lighter because I'm going to go stupid now. If I do this, it only stays there. Does that make sense? So if I do this, those are the only ones that hurt because where he kicked me is exactly where it stays. Even if I'm too slow, go slow, I'm going to show. He kicks and I take it. Even if I straighten it and I can track. I'll kick hard. That's if I can contract. We do a drill that we have a lot of pro fighters back home. I do a very simple drill. Give me a focus, man. Imagine you have a mitt. And what I have them do is deflect in a very tense way. Take it, give me a kick, and then try to shoot a jab. Right? And they go, and then try to shoot a jab. And after about 60, it looks like this. They start missing the pad. Right? Because the muscle's gone. Then I have them just use the motion. And his kick is coming through my hand. And it's not staying in my arm anymore. It just dissipates. Especially if you have no clothing, you see right away the redness just kind of goes. So anywhere that I go, it's coming. My body goes naturally. And I see there's no fear. And then it's just a matter of working sooner. So if I'm not afraid of contact, then I can play at the end of his distance. He starts to hit with his toes as opposed to his shin. And it's not really so frightening for me. This one annoys me. Take your shoe off. So there's no reason if somebody tells me, yeah, but I like to work high, so do I. See how good his face is? It's been hit a lot, right? So I work high, but I learned from here how I can work into the leg, boom, right into the thigh, or this way, right? This way. It doesn't matter, right? Yeah. Just think, kick comes in. Yeah, you hit hard on those. At minimum, I want to protect my core. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. The first concern is I don't want to hurt his shin. If I do this and he hits my elbow, I'll get water on my elbow, he could break his shin. It's much worse for him. So at minimum, I want to couch it into my hip and my floating rib, so he's safe. So even if I didn't move and you kicked me right where I told you to kick me, he's okay. I'm now a nice pad for him. But then I see it hurts a bit. So if I take that, I only move after he hits me. But I do something. And I move it around. It's already better. If I then never stop moving, and as he hits, he comes in and whether my arm's up or down, my elbow is always protected. I never want to do this style of block because if I'm adding energy and he hits the fulcrum, done, right? Chip the joint. So it's literally like this. It's just extremes of the same. I got a broken nose. My head wants to do this. I'm working hard.
So what's happening now? He's just giving you, so he just absorption with the upper
I use this primary. Then after that, if it's comfortable, I use the same action with my arm far. I put whatever meat I have there. Right? And I can touch it.
It's changing the direction.
Yeah, I know what for other people. I know what he's doing.
Watch this one, the palm of the fence. Oh! Right? Right? Look like dispersing energy.
Yeah. Right? That's with a stick. That's with a stick.
You can send it, look, anywhere he kicks to get it. Even on the spine, you can see where the body is going. Right, so it's just seeing how the body, even from there, I see how the body can work. And so I teach myself to be calm, despite the contact. Right? And then the highest level of work that we really do is when my body gets confidence, I no longer have a need to reach. So this doesn't happen. So when I do reach, I reach based on evasion. Look at the difference. If he's kicking and I stop, I hurt myself. If he kicks and I can take it, look. I can take it, no problem. I take it and move it. But watch what happens if I fake it. He always ends up being in the wrong position. Because even though he thinks he's pretty sure, he's going to move this much, but I'm going to hit this way, he hits in a totally different way. And I'm never hitting him with my elbow. He's hitting his shin on something benign, my ass, my hip, and it's hurting him. On a conditioned shin, on his bone, he's hitting hard on soft, and it's hurting him. It's like hitting jello with a hammer and hurting the hammer. But it happens because you're soft. Right? So when he comes in, no matter what surface he gives, I sort of bait him a little bit. So he gets a full sense of depth. Right? That's a very common. You look like this and you pull this back. So he's seeing this as a resistance that he's overcoming. And then as he does this, you modulate it.
Psychological.
It's all psychological, right? Work. Right?
Second, what about the low kick?
Low kick, yeah. Low kick's the same thing. Outside, hip, hands, shoulder, eyes, right? Anus. But it's just, you're just taking that concern up. So then if you change the game, it changes the entire. Watch us pull this. You have full control. Full control. Keep starting, I keep starting. I love this guy. So